Alright, hello and welcome back. So a couple days ago, there were some rumors running around that Alpha is going to get a swimsuit, and apparently that was a leak. And well, today I found out that the leak is actually correct. Alpha will get a swimsuit. And in a moment I'll show you all of the new content that will be released in the next update. There are also two new confirmed characters, Dark Kamui and Vera. For Vera it was kind of obvious, but Dark Kamui was kind of unexpected, since we did expect him to be released around August. But well, he is coming now in the next update, next week. So things are going to be interesting. Vera was pretty much already kind of leaked on the start of the current event, and well, ever since then she was kind of already passively confirmed to be released in the next version update. And well, she is coming in. Dark Kamui will be a greatsword user, and Vera might be a gun sword user. I kinda don't know what they choose her to be, but the high possibility is that she will be a katana user. And well, for the swimsuits, I think Alpha swimsuit will be the most anticipated thing and the most hyped thing for the game. Mostly because the way it actually looks. Now I have, once I show it on the screen, I have to make some comments on it. Don't worry, all positive comments, of course. I cannot hate on a good-looking costume, of course. But there are some things that I kind of want to point out, which hopefully more people will notice. And there we go. There you can see the first pictures of the costume. Now it looks good. The outfit and the overall design of the character looks really good. They did a good job. But I just have a question. How did she grew these melons in such a short time? Or did she do a really good job at hiding them in this coat that she's wearing in the usual style? That's the only thing that I kinda got confused about when I saw that costume. I did not expect her to be that big, if you know what I mean. Since as you can see here on this model, she looks pretty normal. She doesn't look that big, but on in this swimsuit she does look rather big. At least a 25 to 30% increasement. But I guess that's alright. I mean, I'm not complaining. Okay, I'm definitely not complaining. The design of the outfit is also really good. I like the tan that she has. Pretty much, I'm kind of curious at what location are they going to make the event, since, well, apparently they've been sunbathing for a while, which is interesting. Although it is kind of to expected from her to do that, because compared to the other structures, she is mostly human, and she is pretty much more human than machine at the moment, of course, which is really interesting, since the other structures are mostly machines, or should I say cyborgs, or something along those lines. The term is structure, the most accurate term at the moment. Alright, well, and also there are also other swimsuits that are going to be released, and all of them you already did see. I mean, we did already see 3 of them, I think. Lee's swimsuit, Watanabe swimsuit, and Lee's swimsuit were already kind of leaked. We already seen them. This is Leaf's swimsuit a bit close up. Now I like the picture on the right. I think they did a really good job on detailing those. Now I don't know what's written on that costume. I think when the game gets released, I'll manage to read it, because it will be in high resolution. But they usually like to put these small details written on the costumes. Usually poem lines or usually something along those lines, which is really interesting. And I like the attention of detail that they did put in this game. And I think it will be a really good event, since this might very well be a similar event that we had back at Christmas. I remember that event was really good, and people did enjoy it. Although that was pretty much on the launch of the game, which was kind of... The launch of the game is infamous for the incident, but the developers did a lot to compensate for that till now. They're actually actively improving on themselves, which is something that I usually respect a lot. Now the second costume, as you can see on the lower parts of the screen, also looks really good. Now I don't know why she has a robotic arm. I don't remember her losing an arm, but I kind of forgot what happened to her actually, and why she did lose an arm, and why the arm has to be robotic. But I guess it's okay. I don't know if she is. I think she is actually also 100% machine, so that's also important to notice. Although I don't know how she will swim with that arm, since well, it's a well, actually, I don't know. Maybe they're lightweight or something, since the density usually will make them, go to the bottom of the ocean. Maybe they can do that because they're actually machines and they can. Well, they don't need oxygen to breathe, right? Or they actually do that. I kind of forgot. Well, if anyone knows if they actually need oxygen to survive, then you can tell me in the comments. But I personally think that they can't, that they don't need oxygen, because I remember reading that they can also survive in vacuum of space for a very long time because of well of their structure, which is really really interesting little facts about these characters. All right. Well, I think there is one more costume to be shown. I'm not quite sure, but the next main thing, the next big thing that we talked about is Vera and Dark Kamui. Those are Dark Kamui was anticipated. Now I don't know. I think it will be two A ranks because they usually do one S rank per two updates. Now the next thing that might come is two A ranks, or who knows? It might be one S rank and one A rank. This is Vera on the screen that you can see there, and yeah, she is coming. I mean, that was kind of obvious that it will happen. They did tease her, and the character model already exists for that character, so they just need to implement other features in the game, and well, there we have a playable character. And I don't know, she might be a attacker class or a defender class. I don't know. I'm definitely going to get that character since that character is known to be really savage and really vicious and really kind of scary in combat. In the story, she actually scared a ascendant on how brutal she was. So yeah, that's a really interesting thing. And the character model in game on the right side of the screen, you can check it out. Looks really good. And yeah, the smug is going to be really high on that character. Can't wait to play this character. Actually, it will be really interesting to see how she works. By the sword, I can say that she is a katana user, but who knows? She might be a gun sword user or something, a combination of a sword and a pistol rifle, which I think we'll find out when she gets released. But again, I would say that she will be only a katana user, but again, we will see. Someone said that she actually looks like she came out of Attack on Titan, which I do agree actually. She does look like she came out of Attack on Titan, which is a really good comparison that they did notice. And well, she might be also very mobile. I expect her to jump around, pretty much to float and stuff like that, judging by the way she does look physically. But again, we will see. Definitely does look like a very very good character, which I can't wait to play. And well, the next big thing, of course, is Dark Kamui. Again, he is a great sword user, pretty much known from the previous stories, and he might be a S or AA class. We don't know. I would say an A class because usually they like to do one S class per two updates, but who knows? We'll see. Could be an S rank, of course, since Dark Kamui is known to be really powerful, of course. So I guess that's there to be discovered. I guess we'll find out next week when the update arrives. And overall, so far this update does look promising. Does look very promising, and it has the potential to be the best update yet. I usually say this literally every update, and every update, literally from the start of the game, every other update, like every update after the start of the game, was better than one previously, and they do surpass themselves every new update, which is really good. This is actually one of the only games that surpassed my expectations 5 times in a row, and this might very well be the 6th time. Let's see if they will surpass my expectations this time. I think they will. There's the high possibility that they will, since all of this looks very promising. And as well, there are also new maps: the summer map, the beach map. I think there is a new city map I think that was teased, and that map looks really good. I'm looking forward to play it, and the scenery looks a lot prettier than before. Actually, like the scenery does look really good compared to the previous scenes. Of course, the previous scenes are also very well designed. They're dark. They're very dark actually. The next one that's incoming is a bit more lighter in color, of course. The details are also scary good. I think they actually upgraded the engine again. They are actually upgrading the engine every damn update. Like that deserves some respect actually, since some developers did not update their engine from like 2015 or 2016, and these developers update their engine every update, which is what proper developers actually do. That's what proper developers should do, since I think they also eliminated so many glitches and so many bugs that deserves a really good job. Now, currently there is a problem, a graphical problem that people do experience, and I think they're working on it. It is not much of a problem actually, but it is more of a aesthetic problem, because it makes the game look blurry. Even on high settings, the game looks blurry. The scaling is kind of bugged, and that needs to be reworked. In my case, I did fix that by rebooting the game, rebooting the phone, and it did remove all the problems in my case, so it might help in your case. I noticed it usually affects displays that are above 1080p. Displays that have resolution of 1440p and above, they are mostly affected by this. And emulators, of course, who are also running high resolutions, they are mostly affected by this problem. And, well, I think they will fix that. And, well, I don't think that they will fix it. I'm actually sure that they will fix that, since so far the minor problems, they did fix it. So they will fix all problems within the game. And, well, I'm really curious, how many of you will actually go and buy the costume for Alpha? Now, I have little hope that it will be free. I'm 99.99% sure that it will be a paid costume, just like Liv's costume. And I'm just curious, how many of you will actually go for Alpha's costume? I can tell you, that costume will sell. That costume will sell really en masse. It will sell so good. It will be funny to see the sales on this game. I'm definitely going to look at the revenue that this game will have for this month. I can already I'm almost 100% sure that they will have at least 50 to 60% increasement of sales, just because of the costumes for Alpha. That costume is... it looks really good. I like it. It looks really good. I think it suits Alpha really well. Since she is one of those most popular characters in the game, yeah, people will definitely buy that. And, well, I'm good. I'm very fine with the paid costumes. The aesthetics are fine. Aesthetics are they are skill friendly, and they do not affect performance. Only looks and again only new effects and pretty much nothing else, which is alright. I'm pretty okay with that. There is no problem with those. And so far, I think this is, yeah. This update will end. The current event will end. I think on the 9th of this month. That's in like 3 days from now. And, well, I'm definitely looking forward for the next event. I'm getting kind of hyped for it. It will be really interesting to see the new maps, the new story, of course, the new event story. That I'm currently mostly interested in the event story, not at the main story. The main story, I think it will be the continuation from the last part. I'm looking for it as well, but I'm mostly looking at the event story. I'm looking for some good times with the game and with the structures over here, since I think that they will do a really good dialogue, and I'm looking forward to actually read that. And I will pretty much tell you, what was happening in the dialogue, since I know not everyone understands the language. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It was my pleasure to play this game for you. And, well, with that being said, I'll see you next time. Take care.